What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another daily Manchester City transfer update. Before I do crack on with today's transfer update, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. We're going to keep you up to date every single day with all the latest Manchester City transfer news on YouTube, so if you haven't already, do subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Also, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. 300 likes once more is the like goal. Hit it on the last one. Can we hit it on this one? That would be great. Also, don't forget as well, most importantly, do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, as I'm always interested in what you do have to say with regards to these transfers. So we're going to start off with the out, and we've got the very latest on a couple of academy lads at Manchester City, and it comes in the form of Jack and Tyler Fletcher, both twins at Manchester City. The Telegraph are saying that Manchester United, they're willing to pay Manchester City a record fee for an under-16 player, £1.25 million. I don't know if that's to sign both the players or the fee for one player, and they're going to be paying £1.25 million for one player and another £1.25 million for the others, of City accumulating £2.5 million. The article just isn't that clear. However, the two young academy lads, they are twins and the sons of Darren Fletcher, used to play for Manchester United, and so he's seemingly wanting them to go to Manchester United rather than to Manchester City. Man City's response to this is they want to sign Harrison Parker from Manchester United for a similar fee, so we are seeing some academy movement in Manchester. You may see a couple of academy lads from City going to United, and you may see one or two of the academy lads from United coming across to Manchester City. So keep an eye out for that one. A little bit of money being exchanged here and there between United and City. It's safe to say, academy-wise, not so much too much friction there. Guess the first team squad, absolutely, you would not be seeing things like this happening. Anyway, moving on, we've got the very latest on Joshua Wilson-Esbrand, and whilst we thought he was close to joining Reims over in France, Alan Nixon says that Preston North End, they want to take Joshua Wilson-Esbrand from Manchester City on loan. Spent last season in the Championship for the second half of the season with Coventry City. Didn't seem like he was getting too many games for them, and he maybe want to go and try and get himself tried and tested with a full season in the Championship with PNE, which I'm sure Mick Sid, who is a Preston fan, will be very happy with that one. Apparently Manchester City, according to Alan Nixon, are waiting to see what they're going to do with their first team squad and some first team players before sanctioning loans for some of the other young players. And the fact that Joshua Wilson-Esbrand hasn't gone out with Manchester City on our pre-season tour tells me that more than likely he's going to be leaving City, whether that be on loan or permanent remains to be seen. Now, moving on, we've got the very latest on James McAtee. Now, he is in Japan. He is with pre-season training with Manchester City, and Alan Nixon says that Manchester City, they're keeping McAtee close to the squad whilst they haven't sorted out the future of Bernardo Silva, and it's thought that should Manchester City receive word that Bernardo Silva won't be leaving and he'll stay, which more than likely won't come until much later into this window, then James McAtee could be heading out and leaving Manchester City potentially on loan, with Sheffield United interested in taking him on loan, but if they want him, they're going to have to wait until much later in the window. Now, moving on, with that leads on to a nice story with Tommy Doyle, and Alan Nixon says that Sheffield United, they're keen, however, they'd prefer to have James McAtee, and whilst his future's not been sorted, the future of Tommy Doyle also isn't getting sorted, and because of that, and the delays in that, and because Sheffield United can only have one player from Manchester City on loan this season, because they are now both Premier League clubs, they can't have both, it has to be one or the other. Their preference is James McAtee. His future's not going to get sorted until later in the window. Opens up an opportunity for another club to step in and potentially take Tommy Doyle on loan from Manchester City instead. Tommy Doyle hasn't gone out on pre-season tour with Manchester City, so just like Joshua Wilson-Esbrand, I'm expecting him to leave the club at least on loan this summer. And apparently, according to Alan Nixon, Wolves, they're interested in taking Tommy Doyle on loan. However, Tommy does want some assurances over minutes and starts and regular playing time with Wolves before deciding on what to do, because from his end, he would prefer to stay at Sheffield United, but Sheffield United don't know what to do with James McAtee until much later in the window. Is Tommy Doyle going to remain at Man City until much later in the window if he gets offers from elsewhere and assurances? Maybe not. something to keep an eye on. Anyway, moving on to some more senior first-team players, takes us on to an update on Joao Cancelo, and Fabrizio Romano says Barcelona, they love Cancelo, they want him, but they cannot afford to sanction a move to Manchester City, and Fabrom has confirmed that Barcelona will not be signing Joao Cancelo from Manchester City this summer. Previously been reported that Cancelo doesn't have a future at Manchester City. However, did get 45 minutes of action under his belt with Manchester City today in our pre-season match against Yokohama F. Marinos. Grabbed himself an assist as well. So maybe all hope isn't lost for Cancelo. Maybe remaining a Manchester City player. We'll have to see. I imagine some does depend on what happens with Kyle Walker. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, moving on, Aymeric Laporte, the very latest on him. And the Daily Star say that Manchester City, they want £35 million, which to me, it's a bargain. I'm amazed that there aren't more clubs after Aymeric Laporte now. Aston Villa are interested, but not heard anything else other than interest. Apparently, Laporte said no to Tottenham Hotspur, but Crystal Palace, they're the latest team to be linked with a move for Aymeric Laporte. And according to the Daily Star, £35 million is too expensive for Crystal Palace. They don't value Laporte at £35 million, and they won't be signing Laporte for £35 million. But if City are willing to negotiate a smaller fee, could choose to make a move for him, which just, to me, doesn't make that much sense. Why would you say no to Spurs but yes to Palace? Why would you string Aston Villa along but say yes to Crystal Palace? This doesn't seem to add up and seems to me like a classic case of a good story and nothing more from the Daily Star. Anyway, moving on to the final house transfer of this video, takes us on to an update on Kyle Walker, fresh from his 45 minutes in the first half against Yokohama F. Marinos. And yes, it did happen. I'm going to say this. He got outpaced by a player. Is Walker losing his pace? Is that why Man City want him to go? Maybe. Maybe not. Anyway, Rob Dorsett at Sky Sports News says that Bayern and Manchester City are working on a £12 million deal for Kyle Walker. To me, that's the bare minimum I'd be accepting for Kyle Walker. Yeah, he's got 11 months left on his deal, but he's still a very good defender, an England international, a treble winner with Manchester City, and also was captain City for the first half today. Potential captain experience. He's got a load of experience under his belt. Yeah, he's going into his 30s. Yeah, you're not going to be able to offer him more than 2 or 3 years on his contract, but still a really good, solid option, in my opinion, there for Bayern Munich, getting him on a good, affordable deal. Can't afford to be spending €70 million on Cancelo, but they do want to bring Walker in. And £12 million to me is slightly low on his fee. I'd personally be looking for an extra couple of £1 million, 14, £15 million, I think fairly reflects his value, but £12 million, I mean, if it comes to it and he wants to leave, you could probably have to say yes, which is a little bit frustrating, but there we go. Anyway, face-to-face meetings, they're going to be taking place this week in Japan between Manchester City and Bayern Munich, both out there, both got a pre-season match against each other happening on Wednesday. Bayern Munich believed to be offering a 2-year deal plus the option of a third to Kyle Walker. Man City apparently only willing to offer a year's contract, I presume a year's extension, because it's been described by Sky Sports News as Bayern Munich trumping Manchester City on that contract offer, which I don't know how they work that one out, because if they're offering him a 2-year deal and City are offering him a 1-year extension, then that means Kyle Walker's future's sorted until 2025, and a 2-year deal from now takes us to 2025, so he has a contract offer at Bayern Munich until 2025, and a 1-year extension at Manchester City means his contract will be sorted until 2025. The only difference is Bayern Munich are willing to offer him the option, not an obligation, an option of an extra year on his deal, which to me isn't exactly trumping Man City's offer, but an interesting choice of words there from Sky Sports, to say the least. Now, moving on to the final transfer, takes us on to an update on the ins with Josko Gvardiol, and Simon Mullock says Pep Guardiola apparently growing very frustrated that Manchester City are not signing Josko Gvardiol. Manchester City are choosing not to pay that £86 million to RB Leipzig for Gvardiol. Leipzig again have reiterated they are not moving on that price. City want Gvardiol this summer, pay the £86 million. If not, and you want to sign him next summer, they'll refer City to the release clause, which is more expensive next summer than what he is this summer. Now, Simon Mullock does say that Gvardiol is desperate for a move to Manchester City to have a chance to work with City and a chance to work with Pep Guardiola as well, which I can believe that to be true. Not too convinced on Pep Guardiola being frustrated. Pep Guardiola's worked with Man City's board since he came here. He's worked with them at Barcelona as well. They're good friends. They have a really good working relations. Pep Guardiola is very happy with the business that Man City do and the players that are brought to him by Chicky. So I'm not too sure I buy into being frustrated. We'll have to wait and see. Again, still no movement. Well, I think Man City are just waiting on the further clarification on the futures of the likes of Cancelo, Walker, Mahrez, Laporte, etc., etc., before deciding on what they want to do with not just outgoings with the young players, but incomings, including that of Josko Gvardiol. So there we go. That has been today's transfer update. Remember, tomorrow we'll be having another daily Manchester City transfer update for you guys to look forward to. So if you haven't already, do subscribe to my channel, Daily Manchester City Transfer Updates, to keep you guys up to date every single day on YouTube with all the latest Manchester City transfer news. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out my social media links. They're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Do let me know your thoughts, what you make of these transfers in the comments below. And finally, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. 300 likes is the aim, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow religiously for another daily Manchester City transfer update. I've already put out a video speaking about some potential Riyad Mahrez replacements, 5 potential replacements. Did that on my channel yesterday. Go and check that out. I'll have another video out today later on speaking about 5 potential replacements we could have for Kyle Walker as well, should he leave for Bayern Munich, which is seemingly looking like what is going to happen. Apparently, £12 million. There we go. So that has been the video. Hope everyone did enjoy the video. I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.